Either I had just caught the case or I hadn't caught the case. And the way I'm looking, you're buying problems. Gangsters is everywhere.
Tupac Shakur case has always been a real head-scratcher, keeping people gossiping for ages, trying to figure out who in the world bumped off this young, talented artist. After nearly 3 decades, Tupac's case is suddenly handed to us on a silver platter, and some prominent figures in the hip-hop community, like Snoop Dogg, are ready to chime in with their opinion on that fateful night in Vegas.
Puffy and Big, that rubbed Pac the wrong way. The next day, we getting blown up on the pages, 919-111.
Back in the day, when the word got out that Tupac met his demise in a Las Vegas drive-by, the hip-hop community went wild. The whole case was like a never-ending mystery novel, keeping everyone on the edge of their seats. Who's the culprit? With the newly found evidence, long-awaited arrest, and the approaching trial where Snoop Dogg plans to testify, it seems like we are finally getting the whole scoop on what had happened that night and who was behind the whole thing.
We're gonna get some clarity in this air.
Now, with the fresh evidence coming into play and linking a guy named Dwayne Davis, aka Keefe D, to Tupac's shooting, it seems like the streets are finally ready to talk. And although the last living eyewitness, Suge Knight, refused to testify in this case, saying that the police got the wrong man, there are other people who knew the sinister story and what had been brewing between the West Coast and East Coast rappers. What's crazy is that the man arrested, Keefe D, has been openly talking about the whole Tupac thing since 2018, but it took the investigation long 5 years to finally connect the dots.
A lot of people was gonna go down. If I wouldn't have said nothing, we'd have lost our whole community.
In these interviews, Keefe D spills the beans, claiming that Diddy, who remains the primary unofficial suspect behind the shooting, was the mastermind behind the hit. What's suspicious in the whole thing is that Diddy once said, "Something gotta change. I don't give an F if Pac gotta die, Big gotta die, or Suge Knight go to jail. Something gotta change." The irony here is that the truth might have been right in front of our noses all this time, and the police just chose not to pay attention to this. Although these interviews with Keefe D were uploaded on YouTube years ago, the investigation reignited only recently. When the video hit the internet, fans went angry because a top suspect never got cuffed, even after Keefe D basically told the cops who was behind organizing the whole shooting.
This thing, Puff, he needs to be a stand-up man. That dude sat up there and did that time for you or not.
Now, it looks like these confessions were something new to the police and gave enough reasons to conduct an investigation and even raid Keefe D's house in search of the proof to his words. And this is where the police hit the jackpot, finding desktops and other electronic storage devices, such as thumb drives, CDs, external hard drives, and audio recording. Apparently, the whole hip-hop community has been waiting for decades for this moment, and since the investigation got enough reasons to slap Diddy with the arrest warrant, some of them are coming forward to spill the details of how the music mogul participated in this crime along Keefe and his gang members. As it turns out, many people, including Snoop Dogg, believe it's time to make up for staying silent for so many years.
Tell him. Let me talk to you right now, If you listen, if you watching, we progressing, we move on our minds. I'm a 50-year-old man now. I'm not a 20-some-year-old young kid.
Now, with more information leaked about the upcoming trial and people who express their desire to participate, it seems like Diddy is finally cornered, and his empire of lies is going to collapse as the poorly erected house of cards. However, this is exactly what fans have been waiting for years. As one person commented, Diddy is behind the whole thing. Do not forget he had Kim Porter eliminated because she knew all of Diddy's secrets, and that was his baby mama. And another user added, justice can sometimes take decades, but it will come in this world or the next. There's a whirlwind of mixed emotions among fans, and whether Keefe D is the key to cracking this case, we'll find out soon enough. The trial was postponed, but it seems like during this 2-week delay, more key witnesses will come forward. Some think that many prominent figures will reveal the whole story in front of the grand jury. And while it was dangerous to spill the beans while the investigation was still in the process, now it's the right time to share everything and openly point fingers at Puff as the mastermind behind this hit. Ever since Keefe D first spoke about Diddy's involvement in this case, many rappers got enough confidence to follow his example.
Do you feel like Puffy owe you?
Yeah, he should. I think he should look out.
In the aftermath of Davis' interviews, many were left pondering whether he was trying to just shift the blame, but in fact, it all connects pretty well. As Keefe D claimed, Diddy's had issues with Suge Knight for a long time. The beef between Suge's label records and Bad Boy Records became public at the Source Awards in 1995 in New York City. While on stage, Suge took a jab at Puffy. At first, as the Southside Chris member mentioned, they were only talking about eliminating Knight. But in the end, he later targeted Pac as well after Hit 'Em Up, a diss on the Notorious B.I.G. and Bad Boy label, which Snoop Dogg also once said was a bold and non-cautious move for Tupac.
Even when he played Hit 'Em Up the song, I didn't like the song.
Did you feel like it was
I didn't
too
like
much?
it.
Right.
I didn't like it.
Now, Snoop Dogg is saying that protecting Puffy all these years was the biggest mistake of his life, and knowing that he was playing a crucial role in getting rid of Tupac. The gin and juice singer says he wishes to come back in time and take his words about collaboration with the enemy back. Back in the days, he was complimenting Puffy, and apparently it became the reason why his relationship with Pac got colder. As Snoop once mentioned in his interview, then I went and did an interview and was asked how did I feel about Puffy and Biggie. I was like, I like them. I want to do some music with them. It's been over 25 years since Tupac's life was tragically cut short in a drive by shooting, and apparently Snoop feels a lot of guilt now by protecting the East Coast rappers and even believing that one day they all can be great friends. However, recent developments have reignited his desire to make up for these mistakes, and he's ready to testify whenever necessary and hope that Tupac, whenever he's right now, will forgive him.
I wasn't thinking about his emotions. I was thinking about the way I felt at the time. I wasn't into no controversial.
Now, this story gets even more complicated for Diddy because despite belonging to different labels and being industry enemies, Puff and Snoop were on rather friendly terms and managed to maintain mutual respect for each other for all these years. In 2022, they even teased the public with their potential collaboration. But it seems like the recent arrest of Keefy D is going to change the positive dynamics on their relationship, as it turns out that Davis was actually right about Diddy and his attempt to eliminate Tupac. With this news, many are now wondering if justice for Tupac is finally on the horizon and what role Snoop Dogg will play in it, because everyone keeps saying that Snoop and Pac were great friends.
No matter how it ended, you know, Pac wasn't speaking to him. Deep down, they was friends.
Sitting down with Big Boy for an untold story interview, the Long Beach rapper reflected on his turbulent relationship with Tupac in the days leading up to his demise in September 1996, and he recalled how the late rap legend was adamant to convince his label mate that it's too dangerous to trust Diddy and trying to befriend him. As Snoop recalls Pac's words, and that just rubbed cuz the wrong way, like, man, them all, they tried to kill me, they shot at you, and you talking about you want to do a song with them? Now, thanks to the police's relentless work and Keefy D's public confessions, including his 2018 TV appearance, the case is back on the track of investigation process, and the sinister trial day is coming. It looks like this day will bring us more surprises, and apparently, some of the witnesses that will come to the stand and their testimony will make a lot of scandalous headlines.
And we don't have no proof on whether it's real or not. But what we do know is, you powerful. And we got great attorneys.
Over the years, many people have been suspected, questioned, and numerous theories have circulated. The recent developments surrounding Keefy D's arrest might bring the world one step closer to comprehending what truly transpired on that fateful night when Tupac was taken from us, and it seems like fans can't wait to see the justice to be served. As one person commented, Puff Def had involvement in Pac's demise, but Suge got his revenge, and I4 and I made the world blind. And another user added, "Rip Tupac. Glad to see you get the justice you deserve and the much-needed closure for your loved ones." Well, it seems like it's not the mystery case anymore, and we finally get more details of what had happened that fateful night thanks to people like Snoop Dogg. And what do you think about this, guys? Will Snoop's testimony shed more light on this case and send Diddy behind the bars? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check my other videos.